I would say there are two scenarios. One is that the new program will be reached by the weekend, and the other one is that no program will be finalized, and then whether the Greek politicians want or not, then the country has to leave the euro. But I think if there's a strong willingness by the government to cooperate, then I assume that some procedure will be found. So Ms. Merkel has said, but it was some weeks ago, where there is a willingness, there is also a path. But I see the main problem, whether after the referendum the Greek government has still the ability to make compromises, because the negative effect of the referendum is that now the room for maneuver of the government is extremely limited.
Would you say that the German government is afraid of a Grexit?
I definitively think that Ms. Merkel is very much committed to keep the Eurozone intact, not to allow an erosion of the euro. And in the last few weeks, I think one could really see her determination to do everything that is needed to avoid a Grexit.
Don't you think that the Eurozone will be strongly affected from a Grexit or not?
I think it will be affected, probably not immediately, but at least over the medium term, because with the Grexit, the character of the Eurozone changes fundamentally. It is now a system where everybody stays inside and where the ECB is doing whatever it takes to protect its integrity, but as soon as one country has left, of course, it will become a system of adjustable exchange rates, like the European monetary system, and as soon as in another country political or economic tensions will increase, speculation will come up, people will try to shift their money out of the country, interest rates go up, and so for a country concerned with difficulties, it will become much more difficult to stay inside the euro than without a Grexit.
Which were the basic mistakes of the Greek government during these 6 months of negotiations?
In my view, the main mistake was that instead of trying to find compromises, the Greek government was seeking a fundamental debate on the design of the Eurozone, on the overall philosophy of monetary union, and instead of providing comprehensive solutions for the Greek crisis, they obviously had the idea that it's first priority to have a fundamental reform of the Eurozone and then come up with solutions for Greece, and I think that was the wrong priority.
Which are the responsibilities of the creditors?
I think the creditors, of course, have a responsibility that the adjustment that they require from Greece is an adjustment that is in line with the economic potential of Greece, and that the adjustment process is a process that does not suffocate growth. And here I would be also critical as the approach of the institutions is concerned. I don't think in the current situation it's a good idea to ask for an increase in the value-added tax in Greece, because according to all very basic economic insight, this will have a negative impact on overall demand, and if overall demand goes down, it will be difficult in the end to achieve the improvement of the fiscal situation that is the original intention of all these measures. My suggestion would be to involve more the really wealthy people, and my proposal that I've made some months ago would be a one-time wealth tax for the people who have really a lot of money, and I'm always then referring to the German experience after the Second World War, where some people had a lot of money, other people had lost all their money, and in this situation Germany implemented a 50% wealth tax. That sounds a lot, but as it had to be paid over 30 years in 1.6% installments, and there was also some inflation, it was it was something that the rich people could really afford to pay. In my view, there's no doubt that a further restructuring is needed. The fifth program was definitively too optimistic as far as the growth rates and also as far as the primary surpluses were concerned. Now we see less growth, less surpluses, and therefore an adjustment is needed. The IMF has quantified it to about 50 billion euros. This does not need an outright debt reduction, but it definitively requires that the maturities and that the grace periods will be substantially prolonged.